Hola amigos y amigas, you are now with Jocelyn y como siempre, I am so grateful you are here. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. You already know all the goodness we're going to be getting into in this video. And if you are new here, welcome as well. If you enjoy lifestyle, spirituality, self-development, journaling, and all of that good stuff, then make sure to click subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my weekly videos and you join in on this beautiful, growing community. Truly, I am so excited to continue growing and expanding my YouTube community. You all are just so beautiful, and I am so honored to exchange this digital energy with you all. It is so beautiful of you to be investing your time and energy in this way, to be holding space for yourself, for self-reflection, to expand your self-awareness, and to be in tune with the moon, and to really just commit and devote yourself to your healing journey, your ascension journey, your awakening journey. I love it so much, and I just want to acknowledge that I see that beauty in you, that light in you, that divine in you. Thank you for being here. In this video, I'm going to be guiding you through 8 journaling prompts that are directly inspired by the energetic themes surrounding the upcoming new moon in Leo taking place on July 28th, 2022. Now, Leos are stereotypically known for being very confident, and confidence is a really beautiful energy for us to be tapping into amongst this new moon. It is an energy that is being highlighted at this time, but given the nature of duality that exists in this life, with confidence arising, there's also insecurity arising. And I feel like so many individuals in the collective are really experiencing this duality simultaneously at this time in this season, where some of us, a lot of us, feel very in tune with our true selves in new ways that are just really beautiful and we feel so grateful for. But at the same time, there are these other aspects of our lives that are really coming to the surface and to the light where we may not feel so confident in. So we're going to be addressing these dualities. I have a beautiful selection of prompts for you all that we're going to be getting into. Some of them are shadow worky, a lot of them are light worky. So I hope that you love them. If you do resonate with one or more of them, I would love to know which ones in the comment section below. And if you would like to gain a deeper understanding on the energetic themes in and of itself, I'm going to be dropping a energy reading for this Leo new moon, if I haven't dropped it already, depending on when it is that you're watching this video. So look out for that. Head on over to my channel. I'll put a link in the description. But without further ado, let's get into these 8 journaling prompts. How would I describe heart-centered confidence? I love this prompt, and I felt like it was the perfect prompt for us to start with under this Leo new moon, because we're not only talking about confidence, we're talking about heart alignment. And not only does this prompt, but I feel like a lot of these prompts that I'm about to share with you really get you thinking about and get you approaching confidence in a new way. So we're going to be exploring redefining confidence through these prompts by starting with describing heart-centered confidence. And when I think of heart-centered confidence, I think of a confidence that is pure. I think of a confidence that really genuinely comes from within. And I'm not going to share more because I want you to come up with your own description. But I encourage you to feel into this and hold space for this as your mind begins to warm up and come into a state of flow in this journaling session. So, how would you describe heart-centered confidence? What insecurities would my mind speak to my heart? And what affirmations would my heart speak to my mind? This is another prompt that I just absolutely love and am so excited to share with you because I feel like you might really love it too. When I lean into this prompt, I just envision this really vulnerable, open, honest, candid conversation between my heart and my heart creating this safe space for my mind to speak its truth about its insecurities, and my heart consciously listening to what the mind has to say, and then responding with some affirmations that validate the insecurities and also ease the insecurities and shift the mind's perspective. And this is the kind of approach that I encourage you to have with this prompt as well. Just envisioning this really beautiful conversation between your mind and your heart. And again, I just feel like this is a really beautiful representation and reflection of the duality that I feel like we're all really experiencing at this time, of like having these aspects of ourselves that we're really confident in, but also these insecurities that are arising in other aspects of our lives. And also with all this like newness that we've been stepping into, all of the little, not little, but all of these like intuitive nudges and divine callings to lean into our expansion, which is us expanding out of our comfort zone. I feel like all those experiences that we've been feeling have been causing insecurities of the mind to really arise, and we've been noticing those insecurities. So I just love this prompt. I feel like it really touches on a lot of what the collective is going through. So I pray that you enjoy it, and I highly recommend that you allow yourself to get really imaginative and even playful with this prompt. In what ways do I desire to trust myself more? Here's why this prompt is important in regards to building our confidence. When I have reflected on what has boosted and increased and amplified and strengthened my confidence in myself, because to be honest, y'all, like I used to be so insecure. I had a lot of insecurities. I still have some insecurities that I'm working through. And I had really, really, really low self-esteem when I was younger. And again, when I reflect on what helped me become more confident in myself, because I really consider myself to be someone who's very confident in themselves, and I'm so grateful to have gotten to this space. Being able to trust myself, being able to count on myself, self-accountability, self-trust has been huge for my confidence. So, in what ways do you desire to trust yourself more? In what ways do you desire to trust yourself more? And this may be a touchy prompt to lean into, because in reflecting on this, you're going to be reflecting on the ways in which you don't trust yourself. But I want you to approach this, and I encourage you to approach this with grace and compassion towards yourself, because your lack of trust in self is rooted in deeper issues, right? All of this is just really deep, right? And we deserve to have this compassion towards ourselves as we expand our conscious awareness, our self-awareness. So, how do you desire to trust yourself more? In what ways do you desire to trust yourself more? And again, just approach this with the intention for it to assist you in building your confidence, because in knowing how you would like to trust yourself more, then you are aware of some ways in which you can start building that self-trust, start building that self-accountability that will then, and that will naturally build, strengthen, amplify your self-confidence. In what areas of my life am I calling in more confidence? I debated whether or not to keep this prompt, but I decided to keep it because I feel like sometimes we just need a clear, concise, straightforward prompt, and I feel like this is that prompt where it's just getting straight to it. In what ways are you calling in what areas of your life are you calling in more confidence? And if you journaled the last couple of prompts, you have a lot of context to work with. You know what insecurities your mind is dealing with, and you have gained awareness of the ways in which you desire to trust yourself more. So if you decide to journal this prompt of the areas in your life in which you are calling in more confidence, approach it as a prompt where you get to write down affirmations for yourself. So everything that you journal for this prompt, make it an affirmation of the confidence you are calling in, of the confidence you are opening yourself up to receive, and be expansive of the areas of your life that you touch on, right? In what areas of your, mentality, your spirituality, your physicality, your career, like just touch on all the areas of your life that you feel called to touch on, that you have noticed have really been coming to the forefront of your life and have been seeking your attention. So address those areas, finally take a moment to confront those areas, and affirm the confidence that you are calling in to those areas. What light am I grateful to see in myself? What light am I grateful to see in myself that perhaps others may not see, that others may not be validating, but you see it? And that is what really matters. And perhaps you're just so grateful that, others may not see this light, others may not see this potentiality, others may not see this greatness, but I see it. And I feel it, and I know it, and I'm just so grateful that I do. We've done a bit of shadow work in the last few prompts, and here we are really shifting into the light and taking that moment with ourselves to say, I see you, I see that light. Yes, you've got some shadows going on, but that light, it is bright. And with all my might, I shall not lose sight of that light. My friends, you've all got light within you. So if this prompt is triggering you and you're feeling like, I'm not really seeing much light in me these days, look, first of all, you're here. You're watching a video like this that is getting you to turn inward, to journal your thoughts and reflections and desires and truths and illusions, and is expanding your self-awareness. You made that decision to invest in yourself and your healing and your ascension and your expansion and your awakening and your awareness. Like, that is such a beautiful light that you're worthy of acknowledging. The ways in which you invest in yourself. So let's acknowledge the light and let's express our gratitude for that. Why do I feel most in alignment with my true self than ever before? I questioned whether or not to word this prompt this way because it's suggesting that you have found yourself feeling most in alignment with your true self than ever before. And you know what? I actually believe that to be true for so many people. It's like, no, I still don't really know what's going on with my life, or I still have a lot of uncertainties, or there's still a lot of questions left unanswered, or, whatever those unknowns may be in your life right now. For some reason, and there are reasons, you still feel most in alignment with your true self than ever before. And again, there's a reason for that. So I'm asking you why. And this may not be true for some of you watching this. Some of you may feel the most out of alignment with your true self than ever. Some of you may still be on that journey of, even understanding what it means, to align with your true self. Like, there's a certain expansion of your perspective that we need to experience in order to really understand like what that means to be your true self. So if you're still there trying to coming into that understanding, don't feel bad. Like, don't feel like you're behind or you're like not, like, just don't feel bad. Okay. I just wanted to hold space for those who have been feeling this way, who may even have their lives seemingly falling apart, but in the midst of all the chaos, they themselves feel like their most true selves than ever before. So if this is true for you, if this resonates with you, have you taken a moment to ask yourself why that is? If you have, then use this prompt to expand on it even more. And if you haven't, then definitely use this prompt to finally take that moment with yourself to ask yourself why. Why is it that regardless of my external circumstances, of what's going on in the world, I myself feel most in alignment with my true self than I ever have in my life? And this is a really important acknowledgement. And the simple prompt, the simple question why is hands down one of the most powerful questions there is, because it uncovers so much. So highly recommend leaning into this prompt if this resonates with you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, also, if I may just suggest, you can use this as an affirmational prompt too. Like, you can use this prompt to position yourself into your higher self, into a future self where you do feel most in alignment with your true self. So you can almost come into like a life visioning meditation. You can use this prompt as a meditative moment where you're envisioning yourself being most in alignment with your true self and describing what that feels like, why it is that you feel that way. Okay, so you don't got to count yourself out on this one. What has my internal expansion looked and felt like? I also am acknowledging with this prompt that many in the collective, including myself, have witnessed a lot of expansion take place internally, and the internal growth is still taking some time to manifest in the external, right? Because it takes time. The alignment, the full-on integration of mind, body, spirit, of the physical world and the spiritual realm, like, it takes time, right? And I feel like many of us have noticed a lot of growth, a lot of expansion take place internally that we may not be seeing externally. For some, it may have caused, that may be causing desperation, frustration. It's like, I'm doing all this work. I feel like I've done all this healing. I've changed so much. I've evolved. Like, why are my external circumstances shifting? Try not to sink yourself into that wormhole of thoughts and going down that stream that is just dismissing all the growth and expansion that you are experiencing, and that is indeed going to influence and impact your external, and probably already is, and by probably I mean definitely has influenced and impacted your external environment. It's just not happening the way that you envisioned and when you envisioned it. And it's all a part of the process. Like, if you're seeing internal growth and not external growth, like, drop into a state of gratitude. Again, this is that prompt to do so. Drop into the state of gratitude of all the internal growth and expansion that you have experienced, and the gratitude of just how much all of that is going to influence and impact your life so beautifully, that you may not be seeing right now, but you wholeheartedly know is taking place and is going to happen. So what has your internal expansion looked and felt like? Again, this is touching on the fact that, so many of us, when we think of expansion, we think of the expansion of our external environment. And when we don't see it in the external, we dismiss the internal. So we're not doing that. We're not doing that here, okay? Let's expand our perspective of expansion and acknowledge that expansion also looks like the internal expansion that so many of us, if not all of us, here in this space, because I know the kind of people that my content and my videos align with. So I absolutely know that you've experienced a lot of really beautiful internal expansion that is worthy of being acknowledged and felt grateful for. So what has that looked like for you, and what has that felt like for you? Take this moment to acknowledge that, to acknowledge the expansion that you have experienced, and get excited about it. Like, really get excited about it. And if you feel called to expand on this prompt even more and envision all the beautiful ways it's going to manifest externally, then do so, okay? Affirm where you are gifting yourself permission to grow. Where are you gifting yourself permission to grow? Where have you felt called to grow and expand, but perhaps you have been blocking yourself from it? You've been stopping yourself from it. You've been doubting yourself from it. You've been fearing yourself from it. You've been invalidating yourself from it. Allow me to tell you something. You deserve the growth and expansion that you are deeply desiring, the growth and expansion that your heart and spirit are calling you forth. to lean into, to trust, to explore. You do not need the world outside of you to gift you permission to grow and to expand. And if you feel like you do, let me just tell you, like, you may be waiting a long time. And even if you don't end up waiting a long time, it's still not going to sit right with your heart and spirit, because the most important person you need permission from is yourself. Gifting yourself permission to grow and expand, to step into your truth, to step into your power, to step into your liberation, to step into your higher potentials is a form, an expression, a reflection of self-liberation, of self-empowerment, of reclaiming your liberation, reclaiming your power, reclaiming your sovereignty. And now is the time. I know that there has been something that you've been deeply desiring to experience, to bring to life, to at the very least explore your curiosity of. Okay? So this prompt is your moment to gift yourself permission to finally confront yourself lovingly, encouragingly, truthfully, supportingly, and affirm to yourself the ways in which you are gifting yourself permission to grow. And maybe even allow this prompt to finally really mark your new beginning under this new moon. And that, my friends, are the 8 journaling prompts for our upcoming Leo new moon taking place on July 28th, 2022. I pray that you resonated with at least one of these prompts. And again, if you did, let me know in the comment section below. I absolutely love creating and cultivating community in the comment section below and connecting with you all. I pray that you're walking away from these prompts with more clarity, more confidence, more comfort in some way, shape, or form. And be proud of yourselves. Truly, it's such an honor for me to be guiding you through these prompts that really are so introspective and revealing sometimes of aspects and shadows that may cause some discomfort or growing pains, but it's all done with love and compassion. And I really sincerely pray that you are journeying with grace in your healing, awakening, spiritual journeys. And thank you so much for being here. Really, I love this so much. And I'm so grateful for you. So blessed Leo new moon. Again, if you're in LA, I have a new monthly meetup for the full moons. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Peace and blessings. So much love and gratitude. Bye.